Hey folks, Wish SE. We've got three different revolvers that I want to shoot today. We've got the Ruger LCR. In this case, this belongs to a good friend of mine, Ron. Thank you, Ron, for allowing us to use it. It does have the Crimson Trace laser grip, so when you grip the gun itself, the laser is activated. And that's a really cool feature in a self-defense gun. We've got the Smith Wesson Airweight. Again, 38 Special. This gun has had a little bit of trigger work done by Brad Gaudet of bggunworks.com. And Brad's trigger job on this gun took an okay gun and made it really good. So we still have a nice solid double action trigger, but we have one that's very smooth all the way through until the trigger breaks. And finally, the Smith Wesson Bodyguard. The Smith Wesson Bodyguard, again, 38 Special, but it's rated for 38 plus P, so we can shoot that. This has an integral laser mounted on the side, and again, this has a tool. You know, as a tool, it works. It is weird in that you have to press this button here, which is not necessarily as natural as the Crimson Trace grips that are part of it that are activated. You actually have to reach up and press this button, which is not always easy to do, and certainly not something you'd be doing in a defensive situation necessarily. So we have our target down there about 5 yards. We are going to just shoot a few rounds through each guns. I'll give you my impressions of them. One of the things about the Rugers is they have a wonderful trigger right out of the box. I mean, it's very smooth, very consistent, which means that it's fairly easy to get good hits and build your confidence right away. Enough talking, let's get to shooting right now. So again, approximately 5 yards away from our target, the first gun I'm going to shoot is the Ruger. And I'll tell you, what's great about the Ruger is that it is so smooth. That trigger is just so smooth. It really feels good. As you're pressing through, no problem. Next one we're going to shoot is the Smith Wesson Bodyguard. And subjectively, there's much more flip in this gun than there is in the Ruger. So the Ruger's design, especially with the grip that it has, is a little bit larger than what's on the Smith here. And what that means is as you're shooting it, especially during your follow-through, having that little bit larger grip on the end does give you a little bit more to hold on to, and therefore it feels a little bit better during the actual shooting of it. So the last gun that we're going to shoot here, Airweight, Smith & Wesson Airweight 640. And again, this gun to me with its trigger is really smooth to shoot. And we had, you know, combat effective hits on all of the shots that we took there, right there in the center mass. Again, I'm not that significant distance away, 5 yards away, realistic combat shooting. But you can see all the shots are right dead center. The next thing we're going to do very quickly is we're just going to shoot these guns at our steel plate down there and give you a perspective on that. Subjectively, the one that feels best is actually the Ruger, based on just the size and the way it feels as you're shooting. The recoil feels like it's less than the other two. And again, recoil is just subjective. That's simply what it feels like to me. All have been accurate enough for what we wanted. And now we're going to shoot some distance and see how we do there. Okay, so at about 20 yards out there, see if I can get anything on steel with these snubby nose revolvers. So 60% with the Airweight, at least the Bodyguard. Okay, we have our Ruger LCR. I'll tell you folks, this is really a wonderful, wonderful revolver. It is very soft shooting, and I think that's a combination of the polymer design of it, the grip itself, and just the fact that that trigger is so smooth as you're working it back. It's just very, very consistent all the way through. There's no hitch, there's no holdup. So the Ruger LCR, very nice. So anyway, folks, that's it. That's a real quick look at 3 revolvers, all of which would do a great job from a self-defense standpoint. And again, the realistic combat distance with a snubby nose revolver is really 3 to 7 yards. 10 yards, at the end of 10 yards, you're kind of pushing it, given that you've got a very short sight radius from here to here, and the rear sight is absolutely rudimentary. I mean, it's just sort of a notch cut in there. That being said, revolvers are an excellent choice for self-defense and really should be considered if you're looking for something that's simplistic and able to just, run. They are very effective. So that's it. That's a quick look at 3 .38 specials, 1 by Ruger, 2 by Smith & Wesson. I like them all. Hey, thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay safe.